We're live.
Greetings and welcome to Season 2, Episode 9 of City of Destiny, a part of the Untold Stories Project. Tonight's episode is titled Survive, for absolutely no ominous reason whatsoever. I am your host and game master, Aaron. City of Destiny is an actual play of Mutants and Masterminds, the world's greatest superhero RPG, from Green Ronin Publishing, using concepts and themes derived from the Emerald City sourcebook, and is set within the connected version of Earth Prime that can be seen in too many other offerings from the Untold Stories Project to list here. Mutants and Masterminds is a D20-based system which allows players and GMs to create stories featuring all of the greatest heroes of their imagination. It is one of my all-time favorite game systems due to its mix of playability, detail, and flexibility. One thing that I really love about this game is its inclusion of hero points. Now, these are the in-game currency that let our heroes re-roll a die, take an extra action, recover from a dangerous condition, or use their powers in new and creative ways, or throw themselves in front of a deadly fire blast. Heroes each start with one of these hero points, and they can get additional points for good role-playing, funny jokes, clever decisions, from me using their weaknesses against them, and by your generosity. If you subscribe, renew a subscription, or donate bits to the stream, you will generate a hero point that can be given to the player of your choice. We are a small but growing streaming network. All of those likes, follows, and subscribes help grow our little PL6 network into the PL14 powerhouses we hope to become. So let's meet our players for tonight, shall we? Say, rest in peace, heroes.
Rest in peace, Alex.
Crucible.
Yes. Yeah, rest in peace, Crucible. You're right, Calvin.
Heroes, let's go ahead and have you introduce yourselves. Tell us your name, who you're playing, and answer our question of the week, which is, what superhero or supervillain death in media of your choice had the biggest impact on you? And we'll start with the man of the hour, Alex.
Hi, everyone. My name is Alex. I'm the line developer for Mutants and Masterminds, as well as the executive producer here at the Untold Stories Project. And today I will be playing my favorite character, Ethan Blackened Well, or Medium Well. I guess it depends on how you view it. AKA Crucible, AKA the charcoal briquette of magnetism. And as for the answer to the question of the day, this is a tough one. I always feel sad when I see Tony Stark at the end of Endgame, but I think Yondu in Guardians 2 is still the one that gets me the most because he may have been your father, but he wasn't your daddy.
Plus, he had a really good redemption arc at that point, and then it just kind of...
Now he's gone. Also, R.I.P. all of Rocket Raccoon's friends in Guardians 3.
Oh no, trauma.
That's brutal. That was brutal.
So
also, there's a distinct shortage of good redemption arcs. There's a lot of lame redemption arcs. Yondu actually got one that was meaningful.
Yeah. And with all that, I will pass it over to my partner in crime, Keone.
Hi, I am Aunt Peppy. I'm playing Keone. She's just interested to see what's going on. Yeah. So I'm back. I was gone for a spell I'm now here and happy and missing an organ, but it's all good. So to answer the question of the day, mine is both the character and the human being were very painful for me and have stuck with me, and that was when Carrie Fisher and Princess Leia died. So I'm gonna cry right now thinking about it, but I avoided watching the final movie because I knew she was not going to be in it all the whole time, and every moment I saw her on screen, just tears the whole time. I also have her books, and I have not read the last one because I know if I finish it, that means that there are no more. So as long as I haven't read the last one, there's still one more for me to read. So that one hit me. It hit me a lot harder than I expected it to hit me. And so, yeah, that one is one I'm not, yeah. that one's hard for me. But that was both the human being and because Carrie Fisher is amazing. And the character was obviously one that I grew up as that she was my girl. And so, that's who I wanted to be. And so seeing her not up there and knowing that that wasn't really like her yeah, that was really hard. So that one's probably the one that hit me the most. Um, Although the characters, Rocket Raccoon's characters, those anytime an animal dies, I have a hard time with that. So, and with that, I will pass it to Calvin.
Okay. Hey everyone, I'm Calvin, and tonight I'll be playing the sophisticated Spider Queen.
It's me and you every week, huh?
That is the thing for this game, yes. And to answer the question of the week, I mean, I did have a joke answer that I'm thinking I should go back to now because Alex took my Yondu answer.
Do it.
But I guess an actual answer, just because now that I'm thinking of Marvel movies, would be maybe Killmonger from Black Panther as a supervillain death. Just because, like, he's one of those villains that, I get where this guy is coming from, but also you don't need to do all of everything else that you're doing. It's just, I don't know, that one last moment that he has where he's finally getting to see the sunset over Wakanda, and he just sees like how beautiful it is, but he doesn't want to, even though he's given the opportunity to live there even as a prisoner, he doesn't want to because that's, I don't know. It was just that final moment. It I guess had an impact on me. And my joke answer was the Batmobile from Arkham Knight because it gets crushed by a giant drill machine, and I was very emotional when it happened.
You parked that thing on the roof. You don't care about that.
It parked itself. And with that answer, I'll pass it up to Jen.
Wait, Jen or Jemmy?
Jen.
Okay.
I mean,
Hi, everybody. I'm Jenny. I play Portal, the hero with the amazing ability to create portals, so he always has an exit plan. Mine is only it's gonna appeal to only a particular age range, but it would have to be Fred from the TV show Angel. Throughout both those series, there were lots of deaths that were very purposely designed to hit you hard, like Jenny Calendar and so many others that just weren't things we saw on TV before that. But Fred hit me hard, not only because yet another lovable character, but just how she died. Like the idea that her soul was burned out. She gets nothing. She doesn't even get a bad ending. She gets no ending. And then when Wesley tells the being that burned out Fred to lie to him, just like that fate, that just it fucks with me to this day. Like it literally, the only character I know of who literally got a fate worse than death. And with that, I will pass it to Jemmy.
Hi. I'm Jemmy. I will be playing Hexa or Bella, our favorite witch with no magical talent. So the thing I feel a little bad about is I don't really have a typical superhero answer, but that's just because as much as I love superheroes and stuff, I also don't love it as much as everyone else here, so I don't really have one that stands out in my head. But having to think about it, pushing aside the Death Note answers I was going to give, which I was told to send on Discord, so if someone is curious, go into our Discord, you can join it. We love the company. We love talking to y'all. Promo time. Anyway, no, the serious answer I would have is probably Patroclus is deaf in the book Song of Achilles. Which is, a weird answer to pick because, everyone knows the tale and the legend. So I walked into it knowing, he was going to die, and so was Achilles. And yet it was just, I was like, I ended up crying over it because it was just such a good storytelling, and we were in his head the entire time, even after he died. So the effects of his death for him still was also being shown to us, and it hurt me. Maybe it was also because I was reading at 2 a.m. in the morning, but it hurt. And just lives in my head pretty rent free.
Yeah. Jimmy, not to open a can of worms, but on YouTube, somebody says don't blame Illyria, that was Gunn's fault. But
I'm talking about freaking Elle dying. We're talking about Elle and Light themselves. We're not talking about anyone on the side.
Yeah, Alex, that would have been directed towards Jenny, not
Yeah, I
to
think
Jen.
that's towards Jenny.
oh, okay. Just
But yeah.
just making sure the drama got passed to whoever it belonged.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's not Illyria's fault of what happened to Fred. It doesn't make it okay.
And Illyria is still the thing that burnt her out.
Yes, but it's not her fault. I mean,
But saving that rant, the other rant for the Discord, passing it over to Gary.
Gary, playing Cam Cole, the Star Knight. So mine would be comic book New Mutants number 60. It's always tough in comics because everyone eventually comes back, as did this character, but it took a long time for Cypher to come back. So kind of an obscure character, but brief explanation, his mutant power is languages. He instantly recognizes anything. He can speak to computers. Kind of tried to expand it a little bit, but he knows languages, and he was still accepted as a full member of the team. And the other team members tried to protect him, but he wanted to be a hero, and it cost him his life. And it was a heroic death, but it was dirty and gritty, and he just got gunned down, and that was it. And that came out when I was like 12, I think. I read that comic, so it's kind of the first comic book character death I kind of encountered, and it traumatized the rest of the team for years and years. Like, Doug was always revered, and so it had a pretty big impact, and it was a tough one to get through. And that's everyone. So back up to Aaron.
so I'm just going to real quickly weigh in. In comics, I feel like I would be remiss to not mention Jason Todd, because I was at the age where, I remember the 1-900 poll, and having people decide. Huh?
Did you call it?
No, I didn't. I was not allowed. I was not old enough to make the decision to make that phone call myself, and I was not allowed to spend the money to make that phone call. The other one, well, I have two that are movie based. The one that hit me, not so much for the death of the character, although also that, because the damn shot is in the movie, is Brandon Lee from The Crow. Because I was at a very particular age when that movie came out, and boy, howdy, did that mess me up. But the one in comic, or the one that hits the worst for me, is actually the one Alex started off talking about, the death of Tony Stark. Not so much because of Tony Stark. I mean, yeah, it's an important moment. It matters. Honestly, in terms of heartbreak, that's not even the worst death in that movie. But when Endgame came out, my father had just passed, like a week before, 2 weeks before. And the discussion, not discussion, but the words that Pepper and Peter say to Tony as he's dying were quite literally the exact conversation that we had around my father's bed while he was in the hospice. And yeah, that scene hit, and I was gone. Just broke down sobbing in the theater. So yeah. So now that we're all cheerful and talking about death,
I talk about Death Note.
when last we saw our heroes, our three magic ladies had been trying to do a ritual to scry on Keone's mom. And just as they were about to perform said ritual, Keone was yanked away magically, which they later discovered had been done by her mother. This sent our heroes into a frenzy of activity as they tried to locate Cindy, leading to Crucible going to speak with Morris, Hex talking to her sister and her mother, and ultimately the heroes got a message directly from Elise explaining that she took her daughter. There was also a beautiful moment of questioning of heroic intentions between our player characters. At the same time as all of this was happening, Ethan's friend Raina had reached out with some important news. News that the heroes eventually found out was that Raina was now the avatar of the Flamebird. Our heroes were summoned to the site of a battle between Flamebird and Inertia, who Ethan at least knows is her brother. A fierce battle erupted, with many heroic actions being taken by the Stormbreakers. Most notably, near the end of our episode, when Flamebird fired a fire blast through an intangible Inertia, severely hurting him, but also endangering a bystander who was directly in the path. Crucible dove in front of the blast and was struck down by it, severely burned and possibly dying. Which is probably where we should pick up. But we are not gonna. Instead, we are going to cut away back to a few hours earlier, as Bella, Cindy, and Whitney were all gathered in the kitchen of Emerald Tower. Bella had just finished setting up a ritual. And as she was showing Cindy the words that Cindy was supposed to say, Cindy, you suddenly find yourself being sucked through. It's not unlike when you've stepped through one of portals, but it's a lot longer. And it's snowy and cold. And when you are done with it, you find yourself in a snow-covered field. It is dark, in front of a small cabin. I'm going to go ahead and toss everyone onto a map, because why not? Because I spent time making the map. And there is a woman standing there. She appears to be somewhere in her 40s, has blonde hair, tall, statuesque.
I love
yes,
her so much.
I know. I will toss a larger picture up for everyone to see.
I love her so much.
Portraits, miscellaneous, show 2 players.
Father,
What?
you shut your door.
Oh, yeah.
I hear you very echoey now because
So yes, that is the woman standing in the field. And she looks at Cindy and says, "Hello, daughter. I understand you've been looking for me."
So, Cindy is just going to kind of stare unblinking, just staring, because she doesn't think more than like a step ahead. So she thought of, I'm going to find her, but not what do I do when I find her. So she's just going to go just kind of staring at her awkwardly for what she thinks is only like a couple seconds, but is probably like a good solid like minute and a half. And will then just look at her and just say, yes.
Um, I imagine you have questions. I had questions as well. I wondered what had happened to you. Um, Although it didn't take too long after you went public for me to
Put two and two
realize
together.
I had hoped that I'd hoped the powers would miss you, uh, but
And she'll just kind of ego, no, I didn't.
no, obviously.
She just has no idea what to do because she really truly just had like find her. That was like her focus. And now she's like, every word is gone. She has no recollection of what's happening. She doesn't know anything. She has no words to say right now. She's just lost.
Um, so where do you want me to start? I'm proud of everything that you've accomplished. Um, I can tell that you found your grandmother, and she apparently passed the mantle on to you. I had
Yeah.
really hoped to spare you that.
It makes you feel better. I fought it pretty hard.
No, doesn't, but I suppose it's good to know that you may be a little bit more like me than I was afraid of. Um, were
And
you happy? As I mean, as a child growing up, were the people who raised you good to you?
And with that, Keone's kind of will relax a little bit because she loves talking about her parents. So she'll relax a little bit and we'll go, my mom and dad were amazing. So my dad's kind of a nerd, which that was always kind of hard growing up because he like always wanted to befriend all of my boyfriends. So that made it really hard to like want to rebel. So the best thing I could do is I would like make it snow inside and he'd have to clean it up when I was a baby. So that was always really fun. But like he's like, your typical dorky dad. He really likes swearing and she'll just like keep just like spewing just as many of these facts about her parents as possible and just how much like she loves them and appreciates them and just how amazing her parents are. I'm trying to find I completely cannot remember what I named them like even a little bit right now. I know who they are. The reference from season 1 that I gave, the parents, so imagine the parents from the original Transformer movies, the Witwickies, like that's kind of the vibe of parents that she has. So like the kind of like nerdy dad, the funny sarcastic mom, and like they kind of all vibe like that. Or the parents from oh my god, what is the movie with Easy A? No, that's not it. Is it? I think that's it. Yeah. Where they're kind of like, authoritative, but like they're also fun and funny and kind of dorky and nerdy. Like that's the parents that she grew up with. And she'll explain like that they knew about her powers, obviously after the fact that that they've accepted it, that they're, that they're great, that they love what I'm doing, and that they are excited to for me to go on this journey and figure out more about me, that they've been super supportive. And she'll just keep going and kind of not really know where to end the conversation. So then she just kind of like awkwardly trails off at the end and be like, yeah, they were great.
She
Not sure
lets
where to go.
she will let you talk as long as you want to, and you can just see that she has an expression that is a mixture of happiness but also sadness. But she does seem genuinely glad that life was good for you.
Yeah. Yeah. I made really happy parents, so you couldn't hurt them, Aaron.
By the way, their names were Michael and Nancy.
Okay, I knew that I made them like relatively generic so that I would remember them, and then I'm like, I could not for the life of me remember them.
Yep.
I mean, I wrote a book about a character and I can't remember what I named her parents either, so.
That's fine. Yeah, so like I said, she is very willing to let you talk about them all you want. She'll ask a few questions here and there whenever you take a pause long enough to get one in, but you can tell that he very clearly wants to just she wants to just hear about it, and she's very, very glad that you did have a good life growing up. And then she'll say, I'm really happy that they sound lovely.
And then she'll kind of just be awkward and be like, well, I, you, you probably would have been fine too.
That's
would have been fine. Like,
I wasn't fishing for compliments. I really am glad I'm really glad that they are such wonderful people. I will admit to having worried about that for the last 20 some years. I will admit that when I surrendered you, before I did that, I did put a spell on you to hopefully influence that whoever adopted you would be good people. Not to change them, but just to ensure that you would be matched up with good people. Not like I was manipulating the manipulating the people, but
so, so speaking of that,
yes.
So like, why didn't you want me?
It wasn't that I didn't want you. Well, I did not want to have a child because I wanted to spare my child from going through what I went through. And but when I got pregnant, I immediately was so in love with you that I couldn't not have you. I just tried to find a way to make sure that you would have a better life. And being with me would not have done that. There's no way that I could have hoped to keep my mother away from you or me if we were together. I mean, I haven't not thought about you a single day.
Did we, this is me talking. Did we establish whether or not she knew the books that she had written?
I think you did, yeah. Or
I knew like of them, right? Because she didn't do like
I don't know that you've
series.
read them, but you're at least aware of them.
Aware of them. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, you're at least aware of the Julia Cornwall books.
Okay. Okay.
The first one again was an affair in Westminster, which was published only 5 years ago. But
okay. So it wasn't something where like I could have stumbled across them as a kid and like read them and fallen in love with them and been like it was because I had that connection. But okay, that's what I want. I thought that's what we had established, but I wanted to make sure.
Nothing from Julia Cornwall, at least.
Oh Lord. So she'll just kind of look at her and be like, so what happens to me now?
Well, I suppose I should start. So, to start, I'm 125 years old. I was born in 1900. As best I've been able to tell, your grandmother was born 100 years before me in 1800. Mom and Dad raised me. I knew right from the beginning that I was chosen. And in 1942, I think it was, there were a group of superhumans who were working with the Axis powers. They came to Emerald City.
The Victory Squadron.
The Victory Squadron, yes.
I got notes, baby.
Well, the Victory Squadron were the heroes in.
Yes.
Yes. These Axis supers battled the Victory Squadron. I fought alongside them, but one of them was the Avatar of the Flamebird. So I did my duty. We had our battle. I won, obviously. And as soon as that battle was over, your mother started pressuring me to find someone from one of the local tribes and get married and have a child.
So my dad isn't a Yeti?
No, your father is not a Yeti.
Okay. That feels a little better.
Your grandfather is. But
cool.
No. Yeah, so like I said, immediately your grandmother wanted me to get married and to have a child, because once you were born and the mantle of the inheritor was passed down to you, your grandmother could pass her mantle down to me and move on to the spirit world.
Did I just kill my grandma?
No, not yet.
Oh God.
She still has to pass her role to me. That reminds me, you have I just realized I was terribly rude and I pulled you away, and you probably have friends and family who are looking for you.
Yeah, they're fine.
Just a second. And she will reach over to the snow and she
No.
will pack some snow and basically shape it into the form of a bird and whisper a few words over it. And the snowbird will come to life and fly off.
She'll just, you'll just hear under Keonu's breath, she'll just be like, God, I really need to learn how to do that.
That will hopefully reassure them some. But yes, so in the 70s, I decided I had had enough and that I was not going to put my child through what I went through, and I left. I wandered, I found work, I put together a cloaking spell to hide me from your grandmother. But then, yes, in right around the turn of the millennia, there was a very handsome Irishman who I encountered while I was out on the West Coast in New England. And
That's Thomas Reimer.
Instantly, you can look back. I heard very charming Irishman, and I just
would I do that?
Yes.
Yes.
I think Thomas Reimer is actually everyone's dad in Earth Prime.
Thomas Reimer is Schedinger's dad. Or, he, until proven otherwise, he is both everyone's father and not everyone's father.
I don't need another character on this network who has a half sister because of their father.
Thomas Reimer is not your dad.
Okay,
good.
As both of you think I'm not going to tell you which one of you I was saying that to.
Yeah, I know. One of us actually has beef with Thomas Reimer in character, though, and one of us has beef, or both of us have beef with Thomas Reimer out of character.
But what else can what else can I tell you?
What does this mean? Like, I don't really feel all that different. Should I?
Probably not. I don't know. I was forced to accept the mantle when I was very young. I don't remember feeling anything when I took the role on. But again, I was a child, and it was over 100 years ago.
Is there am I like the Winter Soldier? Is there like code words that come out and like suddenly I have I'm a whole new person?
No, nothing like that. But the way magic works now that you have accepted the mantle, the flame bird will choose its avatar. And eventually the two of you will be drawn together. And eventually you will have to battle.
Why?
I don't know. I can't explain it. When I mean, obviously I was trying to help protect Emerald City, along with the Victory Squadron. But I felt myself drawn to that Japanese I couldn't resist fighting him. Not that I was trying very hard, because again, he was with people who were trying to destroy the city. But I was compelled. There was no choice in the matter. And yeah, and in 125 years, that's the only life I've taken.
So like the avatars don't just like fight each other, like and like everyone walks away if and is not the avatar anymore, like
No, the battle will be to the death. And I don't know what happens if you lose, other than, you die. But
oh cool. I really wish Keone would have thought like at least a couple of steps ahead. Do
do you have, I mean, I know I haven't been there for you, but do you have money? I mean, do you need help?
Oh no, 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 no. I mean, like my parents aren't like wealthy, but like we get by. And then now I'm just kind of living at Max Mars's tower, so I don't even have to pay rent. Plus, I have like
Okay,
a boyfriend, so like it's kind of his dad's rich, so he's kind of rich, so it's like kind of nice. I don't really have to pay for anything.
all right.
I just
Well,
get to be cute all the time. It's fair.
okay. Well, so I do
But
have,
I know you're some sort of like big time author person, right?
um, I write a little, uh, more than a little. I've uh, I've been using different names to write.
Yeah,
So
one of them was like Kate, right? Julia. I was super close. I wrote the
Julia.
word cafe and I thought it was Kate.
Now Kate is
Never look off my
it's
notes, guys. That is what you're learning right now is
yep.
never read my notes.
Yes. Julia Cornwall is my uh, most recent pen name. Um, Before that, um, I was also Rebecca Walsh, and before that, I was Aaron Wyndham.
Do any of these names sound familiar to me?
Yes,
Okay. What was the last name? What was the last name you said?
Wyndham, Aaron Wyndham. Aaron Wyndham wrote her first novel in 1984.
It's one of my favorite books.
Her debut novel was the winner of the Katie Ford Debut Romantic Novel Award. And as Erin Wyndham, she has twice won the Popular Romantic Fiction Award. She has a list of over 20 books to her name, including 3 series of books, the Evan Knight novels, the Nevaeh White novels, and the Rose Red novels. By all accounts, Erin Wyndham retired in 2021. But yes, you have absolutely heard of and read those novels. In fact, I will.
Are those like the Judy Blooms of the time? Like those are my coming of age stories.
I mean, they're a little bit more bottle strippers. These are the books that you probably read in middle school and then hid underneath your desk when your teacher walked past. The novels were usually, contemporary for when they were written. Her protagonists were always young, independent women who were very sexually liberated. And yeah, they had enough steamy scenes that people, they sold really well, but people generally were kind of, if you saw someone reading one on the bus, they were probably holding their hand over the cover so that people wouldn't know what they were reading.
Well, this is feeling real familiar.
Like, they're not porn, but they're definitely.
Right. Yeah. They're your mom's, well, I guess, I mean, they are my mom's trashy romance novels.
Yeah, they are literally your mom's trashy romance novels. Yeah. But yes, you've definitely heard of Erin Wyndham. The other name, Rebecca Walsh, you've seen the name on like Amazon. You've never seen any of her books in stores, but she's like, anytime you get on Amazon and start browsing, her name pops up. She's self-published under that name. So
the things that really shaped Keone's personality. Awesome. She will not divulge that information because she feels like that's a little too weird to be like, Mom, your books were my sexual awakening. Thank you. It feels awkward at best. So she'll just keep that under wraps and just be like, oh, I recognize those names. They are familiar to me.
But yes, so yeah, I've been writing for a while. I have money. I have.
Is this your house? Is this where you live? This wasn't where we found you. How did you get here? How did I get here?
So as you look around, you will notice that there are trees kind of, in the immediate vicinity around the house. And then as it gets, as your view goes past those trees, it's just black. Not like nighttime. There's not stars, just black.
Like, it's almost like I'm living in a void.
Uh-huh.
Okay, cool. Now she's not panicked or anything.
The portal that brought you here is still open behind you.
Okay. But it doesn't look like Portal's portal, so I can't see what's on the other side.
No. It is a swirling mass of snow and wind and ice. No, this is it's a pocket dimension that I occasionally would come here to think or to write, or when I could feel your grandmother pushing at the edges of the cloaking spell I put in place. Because I don't think I don't want to say absolutely nothing, but I don't think there is any force that could locate us here without me bringing them through the portal.
I came in a little late last time watching. Did they try and look for me and they couldn't find me? Okay, that's okay. I thought I thought I came in like right as that moment was happening, but I couldn't remember if it was they couldn't find me or it was like almost like just not like I didn't exist anymore kind of thing.
Yeah, they either through magic or Ethan's magnetic sense, with both people pushing pretty hard, they were basically of the either she is really well hidden or she's not on Earth.
Okay. Okay.
The answer, of course, being both.
Right. Yeah, I came in right at that point, and so I couldn't remember what exactly was the outcome. So okay.
I never stopped looking for you.
I stopped when I figured it out. Shut up.
So.
Okay. So what happens now? What happens to you? What happens to me? What happens to my friends? What happens to I mean, is this like something that's going to happen? Is this something that's going to happen in like 20 minutes? Is this something that I'm going to have to like just basically be permanently lurking behind me at all moments? I could just be dragged off to fight some giant bird person. Like, is this, am I, is, am, do I have, do I have, do I have different powers? Am I still the same person? Am I also going to turn and be 100 years old? Do I have to have a kid? Where hold on.
Yeah. God, where to start? I don't know is the answer for a lot of it, because again, I had hoped that with the spells I had cast on you as a child that it would just skip you. I didn't want to take on Mother's role, your grandmother's role as the mentor and protector of the tribe. I didn't want my daughter to have a mystical destiny and be forced into a battle. I don't know how long it will be before. I mean, I didn't end up fighting the flame bird until I was almost 40. And again, I knew my role from early childhood. So I don't think you're going to have to worry about just out of nowhere the flame bird's going to show up and be like, now we battle.
So because I accepted the mantle, now the Firebird has to accept the mantle. If I would have never accepted it, would I never have to deal with this?
I don't know.
What did I do?
I think that I was probably naive. I think it probably was going to happen eventually. I don't know. I guess I thought maybe that if I never had a daughter, or if she never had to take on the mantle, then my battle with the flame bird would be the last one. And I don't know. We probably need to talk with your grandmother, but I really don't want to do that.
That's valid. She's kind of a bitch.
I don't. Yes, but I also don't. I don't want her role, and I don't want her to die.
I mean, I could go either way. To be fair, she has no relationship with her, so like this is like a stranger essentially.
Sure.
They're both strangers essentially to her, but she does feel a little bit more of a kinship to the mom than she does the grandma.
Um,
I guess my biggest question is just what happens now?
I mean, again, eventually you'll battle. There's nothing that can stop that now.
What if I just say like I'm gonna give it back? Like what if I just like give backsies? Like
I don't think it works that way.
oh, okay.
I tried. Um, but again, I don't think you need to worry about it ambushing you. I definitely felt drawn to him. I'm sure he was equally drawn to me. I suppose I should make sure that you have a way to find me, or so that you can, if you want any. So she'll reach into her pocket and pull out a card. You know, this is well, three of those are different cell phone numbers that belong to me. I mean, obviously they won't work when I'm here, but anywhere on Earth, I should be able to get them. I will. I will certainly make sure that I am available to you to help, to answer questions, to do anything that you need.
She will look at her and ask, can you show me how to do that bird thing?
Yes, but I it will take you definitely have the power, but do you know how to perform magic?
Um,
Not like your ice powers, which are obviously you know how to do those, but casting spells, doing rituals. Do you have you been trained in any of that yet?
no. But we how I found you is we have a magical girl now that I've helped her do things.
Um, yeah. Well, then I can
Is
I
there
can
like
definitely
a book or something that I can read?
no. But you can. I'll try to, at least for the next 9 months or so, be in my house in Alabama so that I'm close if you need me. Um, and I would be happy to teach you. I mean, we'd have to start at the beginning, but I'd be happy to teach you.
That would be amazing.
There's
Oh no.
Julia owns a house in Alabama. Um, Rebecca owns a house in New Orleans.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I don't like that. Yeah, I want to go to Alabama. I don't want to go to New Orleans.
has happened in Alabama that you're aware of?
I know I said I want to go to Alabama, not New Orleans.
Oh, okay. I thought
Yeah.
you said I don't want to go to Alabama. I don't want to go to New Orleans.
I mean, to be fair, I don't really want to go to Alabama, but
And I'll be there so that I'm close enough that I can come to you. Uh, I I I I I don't know how I would explain you to Debbie.
who's Debbie?
Julia's partner.
Oh, oh God. I've got three moms.
4. Rebecca also is married to Lucy and Henry.
She'll just high five her mom.
I hope that's not awkward or uncomfortable for you.
Okay, so Debbie is married to who? Or is partners? They're just partners. They're not married.
No, Debbie's a little more traditional. So we live together part-time, and we own a house together, and sometimes I live there with her. And Henry and Lucy are married to Rebecca, and the three of us own a house in New Orleans, and sometimes I live there with them.
Okay, so Henry and Lucy are married to Rebecca.
Yes.
Okay. And Debbie is married to you now?
Debbie is married to Julia.
Julia, okay.
They all know that those aren't my real names. They all know that I'm who I am. They know that each other exists, although they've never met. Aaron was married and divorced several times, but I'm not really in contact with any of them. And even though I still own a house in Calgary under Aaron's name, I haven't been there in years. Because Erin is retired. So I imagine she'll just vanish from the public site eventually. I mean, Erin has been writing for 40 years. I can only keep up.
Valid.
For so long. I know this is a lot.
Yeah.
And I, like I said, I hope that you aren't uncomfortable with my somewhat fluid partners.
Oh, no, it's cool. Whatever. My only question is, do I have any siblings?
No.
Well, that sucks. That was more presents for me.
I've never even had a scare since you were born. I mean, without going into details, all the plumbing still works. I'm pretty sure I'm still fertile, but I haven't. Yeah. I don't have any siblings either. It may be that
it's a one and done.
It may be. I don't know.
So can You guys die? Can I die?
Well, you can certainly be killed. um, you can get sick. You can be injured, wounded, killed. You probably won't ever die of old age. At least not until you have a daughter and they have a daughter.
Okay. 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 And it's like all like just kind of slowly coming to like surface. Oh, like it's slowly sinking in and like she's becoming more aware of it and is starting to panic even more. Um,
Uh-huh.
I mean, I mean, I'm sure I'll have more questions as things progress, but is there something I should be doing now that's different than what I'm already doing?
No. Enjoy your life. That's all I ever wanted for you was to, I mean, you you certainly live an exciting and dangerous life. But I don't think anything has to change right now. I Like I said, I only ever wanted you to have a good life, and to be able to have friends and family and something approaching normality. And I guess that failed, but you seem to be doing well. Um, you're the hero of a city. I know that in many ways I'm a stranger, but I'm I'm very, very proud of you.
She will wipe away a few little tears and will just look at her and say, I guess I will be in touch. And she will feel kind of at that moment something is happening and is kind of pulling her somewhere, but she doesn't really understand what it is, but something feels off. So she kind of just wants to bounce, but
Uh-huh.
doesn't really know she doesn't know how to end the conversation without, because she does have a bazillion more questions, but she doesn't also is trying to process the answers that she's already gotten. So she'll just kind of be like, I guess I guess I should go back.
Yes. And she'll point behind you to where the portal is still open. If you walk through there, you will you'll be taken right back to where I had taken you from.
Can it take me somewhere else? Because I feel like I don't need to be back there. Feel like I need to be somewhere else.
uh, I mean, you can fly fairly quickly, can't you? I I could make another portal to send you. Well, no, actually, the only other place I could make a portal to from here right now would be right back to Marseille.
Okay, that's fine. Maybe I'm just feeling a little, maybe I just am feeling a little uncomfortable because, I
No, it's a
didn't
lot.
lie to everybody. It's fine. No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. And she'll just kind of turn and be like, well, I'm sure we'll be in touch. And we'll kind of start making her way towards the portal to go back.
Okay. you can, she doesn't like move towards you, but you can, if you look back at her, you can definitely get that energy of like, I don't know how to end this either.
Yeah. So we just both awkwardly like wave, and she just like steps through the portal.
Okay.
Like an awkward, just like bye, I guess. Bye.
All right.
Thanks for the superpowers. Just like
So you'll
off.
step through the portal, and the same kind of tunnel of wind and snow and ice, and then you are back in the kitchen in Emerald Tower.
And everybody's gone, right?
Everybody is gone,
Okay.
and your comm is blaring to life with lots of not messages. Well, no, actually, I think there were probably a few messages along the way, but definitely with activity. Your comm is the comms are active, and Roberta, as soon as you show up, Roberta will wheel into the kitchen and say, "Oh, Miss O'Hare, the team was responding to a battle in Arcadia College. There was a battle between a fire entity and a villain you'd fought before named Inertia."
Did you say a fire being?
Yes. She is not someone that the team knows. What would have been the last communication that came across the comms guys?
What point are we in the fight?
You would probably be
Probably
close to the end.
I was gonna say probably at the beginning of the round where
So I think that was me. Probably it was probably like one of the few things where I was like, "Hey, can you go help this person or whatever?" Or it was me yelling, "Stop throwing cars off the roof."
that's probably would be. Yeah, so that comes over your comm from Bella.
Roberta, can you give me an exact location of where they are right now so that I can get there quickly?
Your comm can triangulate, and you can basically just say follow.
All right, well that works. So she'll be like, she'll tell Roberta, "Thanks, I gotta go," and she will then just put her costume on and skadoodle out of there.
Okay.
And make her way to the fight.
So, meanwhile, we had just had Flamebird take her action as she blasted Inertia. Blasted Inertia. Inertia was staggered. Crucible used a hero point to dive in front of to do a interpose. Crucible is currently incapacitated and dying. So, Alex, on Crucible's turn, would you like to give me a fortitude check?
I sure would. Ward Maximus did give me moral support at the beginning of the stream. He wants us to know.
Okay. You do currently have 2 hero points. One given to you by I missed who gave it to you. Someone did. And another for taking a heroic action. However, you cannot use them on these rolls because
that's fair.
They've both been given to you after you were dying.
After you did dumb shit.
And you would have had to make the roll before.
Well, let's try. I suffer 1 fail on my death save.
Okay. So you did not stabilize, but...
Did not stabilize. If I fail 2 more times, I'll be dead.
Yep.
Or if I roll a 1 on the next one, I'll be dead.
Okay. Next in initiative, Star Knight. Underneath you another power armored figure comes flying in, and shoots out a tow cable that catches the bits of truck that Ethan had thrown off the edge of the roof.
Okay.
You recognize the figure as Ultramarine, a member of the Emerald City Sentinels.
All right.
And she will look at you and say, sounds like whatever's going on up there is pretty serious.
It's getting brutal.
At the beginning of round 4, the Rook comes swooping in, will land on top of this SUV here, and throws a group of flame suppressant tablets at the fire on the ground there.
Thank you. God damn it.
Hexa.
So there's just a sigh of relief at one less thing she has to do because no one else is. How bad does Ethan look?
You squeaked there. I couldn't hear all of that.
How bad does Crucible look?
Like he's dying.
Yeah, I mean, he hit the ground with a crunching noise.
Great.
I mean, you were pretty far away, but that looked like an awful lot of fire.
Yep, awesome. So.
And, you've also seen him tank, being hit by Orok.
Cool.
So.
Yep.
It looks pretty serious, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. She's exhausted, but that's why we have quick draw, baby. To pull out the healing wand and zip over there.
But you are exhausted, but you're not staggered, so you can.
Nope, and I have crazy movement.
I don't believe exhausted keeps you from taking a move and a standard.
Nope.
Can double.
You just get a -2 to all your rolls.
Yep, impaired and hindered.
And hindered.
Yep, so you'll have a -2 to any rolls, but.
Cool.
So you quick drawed the healing wand.
Yep. And I'm gonna use it once I'm there.
All right. I'm assuming you don't need to make a hit check because, he's right there.
I don't think he's moving.
He's not moving. So make a healing power check.
I did. I used my treatment because that's my variable. I guess technically, would I have a -2 in that?
Yes.
It did not automatically do that, so that is a 27.
That is more than enough to stabilize.
Cool.
And actually, my office is a mess.
Yippee.
Healing. If the subject is dying, the highest degree of success stabilizes the subject, remove the dying condition. Each degree of success off of a DC 10 would heal 1 damage condition, so you'll heal 2 more damage conditions as well.
Yay.
And it starts with the worst condition working down. So what other damage conditions does Ethan currently have?
3 bruises.
Oh, okay. Well, you have a bruise, and you are no longer dying or incapacitated.
Because I went from mostly okay to all the way dead.
Right. Well, to all the way dying.
Yep.
All right, yeah. So, Ethan, you kind of open your eyes and see Bella crouching next to you with a healing wand. You are aware that you briefly lost consciousness.
Is that me that smells like bacon?
Yeah, we're not. We'll talk.
Star Knight.
Well, I had two possible actions, and luckily Hexa being able to get over there will make that one a moot point. So I will move up to inertia. I'm highly
For
annoyed.
what it's worth, yeah. For what it's worth, when the fire blast went through him from his from Flamebird, he now appears to be solid again. He doesn't have that translucent look being intangible.
Okay. So
Hey, Aunt Puppy,
Yes.
you want to go ahead and roll initiative? And
Am I on the board somewhere?
not yet. Let me put you on the side so that you can roll and actually have it get added.
I was trying to look for myself so I could do that, and I was like, maybe I'm not supposed to.
I didn't put you on there yet.
Just for future reference, if he were still intangible, could I have spent a hero point to have my sword affect him?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. But I don't.
You could definitely power stunt to give yourself that advantage. All right. Kiane, you should be on the far left.
Oh, I see me.
Okay. All right. So yes, what are you going to do, Star Knight?
I'm really annoyed at this point, and so I told you to stop, and I'm going to run him through.
Okay. Oh, fuck.
You crit at 16?
Yes, I do.
Jesus.
We love improved crit.
Now, the bad news is he is immune to crits. But you still
a solid hit.
Yeah. No, I mean, he's immune to crits, but it doesn't mean he's immune to taking damage from a critical hit.
Yeah.
It just doesn't get the benefit. All right, so it's a DC 25.
Yep.
And, it should go without saying that a 30 will hit him. And he gets even with his accumulated bruises, he gets a 26 on his toughness save. So you strike him, and now that he is no longer intangible, he's back to being made of something just like super dense.
This guy sucks.
Yes, he really does. Are you gonna do anything else, Gary, or are you gonna let that one ride?
Yeah, I'm gonna let it ride.
Okay. All right. Inertia is staggered. He will heal a bruise. That means he can't move and attack, which is a shame. Oh, I guess this is kind of a target-rich environment at the moment. And there's nobody here he cares about hurting. So he is going to do a force burst, which will affect everyone within a 30-foot radius.
Does that include motorcycle guy? No.
God damn it, motorcycle guy.
will not affect Ultramarine because Ultramarine is lower down off the parking garage. She's not up on the same level as the rest of you. But it will.
I'm also not here, so it won't affect me.
You're not there either. So, Star Knight, Flamebird, Crucible, Hexa, and Motorcycle Guy all need to make a DC 22 dodge save.
Question.
Answer.
Double checking to make sure I'm actually remembering this right. Or am I insane? Okay. If I does Uncanny Dodge do anything about this? But
What? Does Uncanny Dodge do
Uncanny
it?
Dodge, but
No, Uncanny Dodge just
Yeah.
means that you can make a dodge roll even when you're surprised.
okay, cool.
So, Crucible,
Failed my initial dodge check.
failed your dodge. Star Knight, failed your dodge. Hexa also failed her dodge. Flamebird. Wow, failed her dodge. Motorcycle Guy.
Come on.
At 20. Oh.
Is close. It's
Roll
close,
a
Motorcycle Guy.
19.
Yeah, it was close.
Maybe Motorcycle
okay.
Guy should have tanked that attack. Maybe he'd been
That's
fine.
roll.
I mean, I rolled a 19. He has a +2 dodge. So then that is a DC 27 toughness save for everyone.
You know, the funny thing is, it'll be really hard for me to actually fail this badly, so watch as I will.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that was a shit roll. Big shock.
All right, so Crucible got a 22.
Does the -2 apply?
Yep.
Yeah.
Then it's even worse.
So you have a bruise and a daze.
Oh, I should also have a bruise in a daze. I forgot I'm impaired as well because I'm exhausted.
Yep.
Okay. So Crucible and Hex both get a bruise and a daze. Star Knight and Flamebird are fine.
Wiki wants to give Motorcycle Guy moral support.
Motorcycle Guy will get sadly Portal can't intervene because this is an area attack.
No.
Oh no.
I mean, the good news is it won't outright kill him, but Motorcycle Guy will get slammed by the force into the concrete structure of the stairwell and is unconscious. What was that, Jimmy?
I'd already healed him. Now I gotta do that again.
They like
I
the
think it's time
maid.
for Motorcycle Guy to Motorcycle Heaven. Like, we're done with Motorcycle Guy.
We tried. We tried.
We gave it a good motorcycle try.
You gave it a great motorcycle. But yeah, so
Gotta
that's
go to
the
Howard
first
dealership
action.
in the sky.
He's just gonna erupt out with force. A couple more cars went flying away. The motorcycle should have also gone flying away.
Good.
No.
Yeah, I'm glad he's dead. I hope he burns in hell.
He ain't dead because I'm gonna go save his ass.
Oh, Wiki said that the moral support should have been for the motors for the
For the dodge.
dodge, which would have then meant that he was only making a save against a DC 22, it wouldn't have changed anything that much.
I was like, it doesn't change anything. He's still fucked.
Yeah. If I'd rolled better on the toughness save, maybe, but. All right. So that's Inertia's action because he can't really go anywhere because he's still staggered. Spider Queen.
Okay. I would like to get Motorcycle Guy out of here.
Okay.
Let me first.
Okay. Well, then in that case, I will hold off for now.
He's still dying. You can take him wherever you want as quick as possible, but he might die in that time.
Then
He is not dying. He is incapacitated.
Oh, okay then. If he's incapacitated, go ahead. If he's just unconscious. If
Oh,
he's
so
dying.
So he's like just knocked out. He's not like too injured to move or.
No,
Wait.
you can probably. Yeah, Wiki is absolutely right. This is his villain origin story. Motorcycle Guy will return.
Oh no.
We'll find out after the fact that he like kicked a puppy and we saved him and
No.
probably bad. Spider Queen, can you wrap this guy up?
I'll do my best. And she is going to. She is. What's the word? Fatigued.
Uh-huh.
So how do I move myself in measure? Okay, there we go. So she will move up a bit. Actually, I have moved by action, so I don't have to do this all at once. I'll move up some. Attempt to web this guy with a web snare. Which hopefully he doesn't just phase through.
I mean, at the moment he's solid.
Yeah. With a 17 to hit.
17 will hit. What's the save?
I believe it was dodge or damage for the webs.
Okay. I think damage can break the webs, but I don't think damage would be appropriate for saving against the initial entanglement.
So then just the alternate resistance dodge.
Okay. And that is a 13 for a 20.
She is going to. No, we got to wrap this up. I will spend the hero point so I don't exhaust myself, but she is going to attempt to web again.
Sorry, I just read Warden's comment. Warden Maximus writes, Motorcycle Guy got slammed into
I know.
You should definitely move him, make sure to shake his head around, and if he wants to take a nap, it's fine.
Yeah, I don't really have a smooth way to move him.
Okay, so you were going to go for a second web snare?
Yes, with a 21 to hit.
Okay. That time he will only get a 13 on the dodge save.
There we go.
So that should be 2 degrees of failure?
Yep. And let me double check that 2 degrees of failure is defenseless and immobile.
Sure is. Say he could maybe phase through that when he gets back around to his turn, but I don't think it's going to get back around to his turn.
Hope not. And then Spider King will just call out over to Rook. Hey, dude, nice cape. You want to get the rest of those fires, please?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that, Calvin. What was the last bit?
She'll call out, nice cape, but also, can you get the rest of those fires? Pointing to the one that's going on to the eastern part of the roof.
Okay.
Since he's not the closest.
Well, as you say that, leaping down out of the sky, Princess jumps in, lands on the roof, and will fatigue herself to power stunt her shockwave to be a nullify fire, and just do the boom and sonic clap the fire out of existence.
Okay, that was really cool. I didn't know you could do that. I also didn't know you were here.
She just arrived. All three of them arrived this turn. She had been mid-leap. But Portal.
Yeah. It's time for Inertia to go nighty-night.
Uh-huh.
So I'm gonna hit him with my portal punch.
Oh, wait. Oh, no, we haven't gotten around to the new turn. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, Portal Punch, yes.
Which is a multi-attack.
Yep.
And I've got plus 11 to attack with that. I have one. Just go ahead and use. Right. You kidding?
Doesn't matter. He's immobile and defenseless.
I know, but it's a multi-attack, so it does matter.
I mean, all right, so it was a DC of 10.
I don't think that is any extra.
No, but you are going to get the automatic crit, so it's still plus 5 to the damage.
So DC 31.
Okay.
When's the last time Portal punched a guy?
Pride.
Pride. Oh, yeah.
Probably, yeah. You haven't done it at all this season.
Nope.
All right. I mean, the bad news is that a 31 is still very doable for him. But not completely doable. That is a bruise and a daze. As he got a 25.
Well, that's my turn.
All right. Flamebird probably should try to take out her brother, but is horrified at what happened to Ethan.
Good. Please.
And is going to fly over to Ethan and Hexa. Yeah, no, I don't want to stretch her token. I'm trying to move her. And she will, hovering above the two of you, look down to Hexa and say, is he okay? Is there anything I can do?
He's fine. Respectfully, just stop, please.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I've
done this so many times. Just.
She looks just kind of confused and scared and bothered and a little hurt and offended, and
That's fair.
But yeah, she will not take an action. She will delay her standard action for now. Actually, she will use her standard action to go defensive.
Okay, cool.
Crucible.
Crucible's a little traumatized.
You don't say.
Crucible raises his hand to try to do something, but his powers don't seem to be cooperating. And he tries to focus on trying to do something to Inertia, but his armor just slowly falls off as the magnetism stops working. And he'll pass out from exhaustion, since I already have 2 degrees of fatigue anyway.
Okay. Ultramarine is going to continue to deal with the wreckage on the ground and the people who were almost crushed by parts of truck that got thrown over.
Alex, please tell us your pants are held up by magnetism.
But I'm wearing jeans.
He's also on the ground.
But he was standing.
was already on the ground.
Oh, so
He
we got
wouldn't have. All right.
Okay.
Rook is going to. Rook has a ton of movement, I believe.
Oh, Aaron, can I have one more thing?
Yeah.
When his chest plate falls off, this little blue felt box falls out and bounces a couple feet away from him.
Okay. I like it. Yeah, Rook wants to do something about the supervillain, but is more concerned at the moment about the property damage, and plus there are lots of other heroes. So Rook will glide over here, toss more flame suppression tablets down, and put out those fires. Because Spider Queen did ask him put out the fires, so
Appreciate it.
no problem. Now let's get this guy out of the way. What about her? Is she part of the problem?
Remains to be seen at the moment.
Understood. Hexa?
I would really like things to stop happening. She's having a day.
Mm-hmm.
So here's the thing.
Uh-huh.
Started off friends.
What she is trying to do
Uh-huh.
is just the exhausted, if he's somewhere else, he's not a problem, and force a teleport onto inertia. The problem is, we're rolling on the wild magic.
Ooh. I was gonna say, you don't have a teleport.
Nope. But she is stressed and exhausted.
Fair.
And just wants this done.
You okay. So with the awareness that your wild magic does unpredictable things.
Yep.
I will give you a chance to control it.
Oh.
Would you give me an expertise magic check?
Sure.
Actually, no. This isn't really expertise magic. You know what you want to do. This is going to be a will check.
Okay.
Your will is still pretty good.
Yes.
Not quite as good as your expertise magic, but pretty good.
Yes. All right then. $24.
That is a 24.
Which is not a good roll on my part.
Not a great one. Your wild magic is... All right. So first of all, you're going to take another effect, another rank of fatigue automatically.
Oh, so I'm passing out.
Yep.
Cool.
Oh, this is going to be amazing when Keone comes in, because she's going to see two of her friends passed out directly next to the Firebird. Awesome. Awesome.
But before you pass out, give me a ranged combat magic check.
Okie dokie. My dice to work with me.
Say, as long as you don't... Well, I guess you do have a -2 right now, so...
Would I just roll my blasting wand and attack, basically?
Or under your skills, there's just ranged combat magic.
All right.
But you could use your blasting wand or your mother's
I
touch
already
wand.
scrolled to it, so.
Huh?
I said already scrolled to it, so.
Okay. Because they all use that same skill.
Now we see if it goes through. Oh, there they all. There, that one. Now it goes. That's weird.
All right.
That's the wrong roll anyway.
Huh?
That's the wrong. No, it is. Huh.
No, that's your blasting wand.
Yeah, it's just weird.
Yeah. Anyway, that is more than enough to hit the immobile and defenseless. So he will make a will save against. I'm just going to give it the ranks of your blasting wand. You don't know where you're sending him, right? You're just trying to make him go away.
Yep.
Sure, that won't be a problem.
Send him right to the kitchen.
I accidentally sent him to Antarctica. Fuck you.
My God.
Jesus.
So you blast him away. You think it would you think the spell should work, but maybe it's just the fact that you were trying to make a human being transport and his body isn't actually made of flesh anymore.
He's not made of human anymore.
He's not. I mean, he is literally kinetic force contained in a human-shaped shell. Which is why he's like immune to fortitude saves and immune to criticals and all of those things. So you will, I guess, make yourself get passed out.
Yeah, apparently.
But he does not vanish. Kione, you fly in.
Yeah, Kione does. She does indeed come scooting in, and she kind of sees everybody bunched up over on the side and kind of just comes sliding in and sees Crucible passed out with all of the thing that makes her the most worried is not that he's passed out, is that all of his armor has fallen off.
Mm-hmm.
And then sees that Hexa is also passed out next to him, and then sees Firebird right there. And immediately she goes from just being like, hey guys, like I'm here, to just like just is engulfed in rage. And her skin will start to kind of like raise up, and she will just be covered in like icicle spikes. So like all over, like any exposed skin, she's just basically turned into just like a giant like icicle like yeti type thing, and will just scream,
Yeti,
get
really?
well. I mean, she's got it in her bloodline.
Yeah, she does.
And she will just scream just as loud as she can, like a decibel she has never done before in her life. And she will look at Firebird and go, because can she tell who it is? I don't think she's ever.
Probably not. I mean, she's only wearing the domino mask, but Ethan had specifically gotten the message of, hey, something weird has happened.
Right.
Yeah,
So
Keone's met Reyna, though. We all used to hang out together.
Yeah, you've met Reyna, but I'm going to say probably not.
I'd say with like rage-filled eyes, she's not really like looking like.
Yeah, I was going to say,
maybe the person I should recognize.
Calm,
okay.
But yeah, if you were calm, I'd say I'd at least give you a check, but I don't think you're really in that state of mind right now.
Yeah, and one of her quirks is that she is impulsive.
I'm aware.
So I would say that, yeah, she's just coming in full of rage, just like,
yeah. She will look to you and say, Kione, thank goodness you're here.
And Kione won't even hear what she said. She won't even recognize that this person is looking at her and recognizing her. She will just scream, and immediately ice, like her hands will kind of turn into ice, like knives, essentially, and she will just all out power attack, leap at Firebird, and just is trying to kill her. Yeah, there's no like, oh, she's gonna pull her, like she is trying to kill her.
Well,
Because
sure.
I'm assuming she would also feel that in general, because she's supposed to be, they're supposed to be drawn together. She's going to kind of feel this already. I'm angry, and I'm kind of feeling something that because she probably doesn't know really what this whole thing is about. So,
Nope.
so yeah, so she's just going to try all out power attack and just she is aiming for vital organs and is trying to end her.
Okay.
So that is, but that'd just be ice weapons, right?
Yep.
Okay. So that is a 16 to hit.
That will not hit.
Son of a fucking bitch. Well, I got 2 hero points, so there's 1 hero point, and I'm gonna do that again because well, no, wait, I did all out and power attack.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't affect that portion.
Nope.
Okay.
In
Then
fact,
yes.
the reason for all out is to offset the -2 hit you would get from power attack.
Okay. Okay. How about a 24?
A 24 could, but she was actively defending this turn, so she will roll her parry. Becomes a 22, so that will hit.
Okay. That's a DC 30.
So it becomes a DC 35 because of the power attack. And you swing these icy, spiky fists at her, and it just kind of goes through her. What is your strength?
My strength?
Uh-huh.
0.
Right. So she'll make a DC 15 toughness save, but she can't fail that.
Yeah, she's not very strong, but she's very tough.
Right, because your hand is still in there, so your hand would still hit her.
Yeah.
Kione, I need you to make a DC 21 toughness save.
Okay.
Because she burns.
Giant fire.
Yeah.
That's a 26.
You're fine.
Yeah. She's very tough. She's not very strong.
All right. Star Knight.
I'm gonna stab this guy again.
Okay. He is defenseless and immobilized.
Stay down. I will stop hitting you. Yeah, I'm just gonna do a regular attack.
Nice. Right. Unfortunately, I mean, it's already getting the critical bonus, but still.
Yeah.
Just funny it happened twice.
It is
critted twice on the person I can't crit.
Right.
Maybe I should just go attack the rook or something.
Why?
Squishy.
I mean, he is, if you can tag him.
Yeah.
All right. Wow, those bruises keep accumulating. God, what does Inertia want to do?
Does that knock him? That doesn't knock him out.
No, I mean because of the power attack, you did a bruise, but he rolled a 27.
Okay. I am going to spend a hero point and attack him again.
All right. Or sorry, not because of the power attack, but because of the bonus for yeah. Anyway, yes, go ahead. Gonna laugh. I'm another crit. That's hilarious.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Just slicing. Since I have some sword skills, I'm actually kind of
Yep.
getting some good attacks, but
Okay. That is a fail by 31 minus 19, 11.
12.
That is what? 12.
12.
The stagger. So inertia will fall to the ground.
all right. I will kind of just hover over him with the sword pointed.
I mean, he's unconscious. He can still do that. And it is 9:30, so before we deal with the next bit of craziness that's going to happen, why don't we go ahead and take our break here?
ooh.
Sounds good. We'll
Yeah.
be back in just a moment. And we're back. Hi, everyone.
Welcome back. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for sticking with us through our break as we had our drama. When we left our heroes, Keone had a nice, relaxing chat with her mom.
Not dramatic anything.
Not traumatic at all. And then came back at the very tail end of the fight between our heroes, fighting alongside, sort of, Flamebird against Inertia. And they have incapacitated Inertia. Flamebird feels incredibly guilty for almost frying Ethan. And Crucible and Hexa are both unconscious. And Keone has apparently decided that the battle with the Flamebird is going to happen right the fuck now.
I, on the other hand, think we need some time, so I am going into redirecting warp.
You're not okay, right?
Make me punch myself.
I didn't say that.
All right. So after we left off with Star Knight KOing Inertia, that takes us to Spider Queen. Keone is looking really pissed off at Flamebird.
Boy.
Two members of the Emerald City Sentinels are here and have been putting out fires.
Literally.
Yeah, literally. Ultramarine, you're probably aware that she's here, but she's down on the ground. Yeah, you've got a lot going on. So what do you want to do, Spider Queen? Oh yeah, and there's Motorcycle Guy.
She needed him out of here.
No, she decided to go after Inertia instead.
Oh, okay.
Which, to be fair, webbing him up did make a difference.
Yes, I'm very happy about that. I think we're just gonna have to leave Motorcycle Guy there for the moment. And Spider Queen is going to rush over to Hex's side and say to Keone, who has just shown up, "You just hang on a sec, just chill out. I don't think we have to fight her right now, please." And as she's saying this, and it's obviously not working, she is going to check on Hexa.
Yeah, Keone can hear nothing.
Give me a treatment check.
Okay. I do fortunately have a luck point because my treatment isn't very good, but hopefully it's enough for waking someone up. Oh, that's not bad. 21.
It's not bad at all. So looking at Hexa, she doesn't appear injured. She just seems to be completely and totally exhausted.
Sleep.
Like, you know, she is clearly pushed herself to the limits of her ability, and you know, has passed out from overwork. There really isn't, like, you could probably wake her, although she would still be exhausted. She just would be conscious.
Wake her ass. Yeah, do that.
Wake her ass up.
I mean, yeah, but I don't think roof of a parking structure is a very good place to sleep anyway.
Fair.
I mean, it's working for Motorcycle Guy, but
Yeah, he's fine.
Okay. And your check was high enough that you can actually wake her. You can diagnose and wake. So, all right.
Smelling salts.
Yeah, basically. So, Hexa, you're conscious. Exhausted still. Like, I'm awake. Can I just lay here for a little bit?
You're funny if you think she's ever gonna want to just lay.
And yes, Spider King will just continue to try to calm Keone, but obviously having zero effect.
Sure.
And starting to feel actually worried because she hasn't seen Keone this level of violent in the week that she's known her.
I think she's only ever been this violent once.
Yeah, good timing on my part.
Yeah.
So Princess is going to hop over to where the party is and looking up at Flamebird is just going to say, okay, are you part of the problem or are you part of the solution? I don't recognize you. Please don't make me punch you.
Mind you, Keone is kind of like holding her by the throat, essentially. Like,
Right.
like hold it, because she doesn't really have like a top she can hold on to. So Keone is literally like holding her.
I mean, holding. We aren't grappled, so
Yeah, right. Like she's like pinning her to the ground.
it's the for the aesthetic and description holding, for mechanics
Right.
not.
Correct.
Portal. Redirecting warp.
Redirecting warp, but also on my comms, calling over to the police. We need a set of power dampening cuffs at this location immediately. And then I'm
Okay.
going to look over to Keone and say, Keone, you know the flaming lady whose ID I'm not going to give out in public, but maybe you should just stand down.
She does not listen.
Don't expect her to. I gave her a fair chance.
This is Keone's villain origin story.
Finally.
Reyna, being both sad, traumatized, and seeing that her brother is no longer a threat, just kind of says, I'm so sorry. I didn't want anyone to get hurt. And is going to fly away at her top speed.
Good. Honestly. Like, that's good. Just get out, girl.
Yeah. She gone, girl.
Out of curiosity, what are other people's flying speeds?
Mine is very, very fast, but I'm exhausted.
Mine is 500 miles an hour.
What's the ranks on it is what I'm wondering.
Oh, 8.
8?
6.
Mhm.
10.
10.
I don't have any ranks in flying.
No, you do not. Star Knight, you think you could maybe catch her if you go right now? Otherwise, she'll be long out of your sight. Keone, you could not keep up with her.
I feel like that doesn't quite matter to Keone, but it might.
I mean, you can chase her, but she literally moves 4 times faster than you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna take off after her.
All right, when it gets to your turn, you can do that.
Yeah. I mean, we kind of got in the middle of the battle.
As soon as I see him take
answers.
As soon as I see him take off, can I say, "Hey, remember that part where I said I know who she is? We can talk to her later."
If you will not chase her, then we can go ahead and go out of combat.
Yeah, I will consider it, and Portal will see me start to move in that direction, and if we can get more answers later, then I will let her go for now.
Okay. So she flies off. I mean, Keone, are you going to chase or are you going to?
Keone is going to kind of see how quickly she sped off and will throw an ice spear at her, but
Sure.
we'll know that it will miss.
Cool.
But
No chance
basically,
of hitting her, but it might impale a civilian.
Errant throw right through the motorcycle guy.
yeah. Whoops!
No. I'm not going to do that.
She throws the motorcycle guy with it. Like, whoops, my bad.
Oh no.
However,
Oh
so Ultramarine will fly up to join you. Rook's already nearby. Rook starts, putting cuffs on Inertia.
no. It's freaking me out. Everyone's circling me.
And
Yeah, basically Keone is going to be, you're just going to see her kind of all raged out and like huffing and like panting. And like, then you'll just kind of slowly see like everything essentially melts away from her. And it's, she's just kind of back to normal. And then she just like falls on top of Crucible.
I mean, at this point, it's really Ethan in a welding mask.
Right.
I have a strap for the welding mask just in case I get unconscious, like I usually do.
No, I realize that's why I said. I know you said the armor falls away from you, but I figured the welding mask would stay on.
Nobody's gonna melt your brain while you're dead.
Not today, Satan.
Not today, Satan. All right, so Rook will look over at Portal probably because Keone is clearly in no state to talk to anyone, and Ethan's unconscious. Huh?
Not denying, I was just laughing.
And yeah, so the Rook is just gonna look over to Portal and be like, "Okay, so we clearly came in at the end here. What is going on?"
We're not entirely sure. The two of them motioning to Inertia and then motioning to fly off. We know them. I've called in the police for power dampening cuffs for this one. I don't think the other one was actually trying to commit any crimes or trying to hurt anyone. So I will track her down later and figure out what happened. Him, though, yeah, I totally believe he was trying to cause mayhem.
Okay. Well, if you guys have this under control and the police have already been called, Sentinels, let's move out.
Appreciate the help.
No, and Princess is like, yeah, no, I mean, I'm always happy to help these guys. They're all cool. She kind of winks at Star Knight. But is he gonna be okay?
I'll look over him for a second now that I'm awake, because I'm much better at this.
Okay. Give me a treatment check.
Yeah, if Keone sees you stirring awake, she kind of just looks over you with like tears just running down her face. Just like, you can tell, just pleading with you to help him.
30.
Okay. Yeah. He
looks like he always does when he.
28.
Load.
Remember you got
28, yeah.
Alex, you want to tell me what she discovers with a 28?
Crucible is physically fine. I mean, I guess
Exhausted.
it depends on the healing spell, like if I'm scarred or marred or anything like that. But physically, he's just resting.
I'm waking him up, if I can.
I mean, if you use your magic, absolutely.
I'm gonna go check on Motorcycle Man.
Wakey, bitch.
Not
We
bitch.
still have a lecture coming.
I mean, yeah, you can't remove his fatigue or exhaustion, but you can definitely restore him to consciousness.
Yeah.
As you tap him with the wand, from the what's the word I'm looking? The driver's side mirror of this yellow van over here, right?
Yeah.
There. Out steps, like through the little mirror.
Yep. I went.
Sir,
Oh shit! I passed out.
wearing basically just lingerie.
Damn it.
What and looking at all of this, what the hell just happened to my sister? She says in flawless English.
He only looks up and sees her sobbing. She's still crying, leaning over Ethan, just goes, wood, and just goes back to sobbing.
No.
Well, considering how in walking over to him, it appears like I am right next to her.
What is this?
Don't I
she just pulled an Ethan. She's fine. She's just a little tired. How you doing?
Not right now, lover boy. And oh, right. She will gesture, and her clothes will change into something more can.
Thank you.
Sorry, you kind of woke me up. What happened?
I seem to be the only one who knows how to preserve other people first and not endanger them.
Yeah, that's not an explanation.
Pushed myself.
She will switch to German, which I think means that the only person who understands it is Portal because of the universal translator.
Am I insane or doesn't the Star Knight have that?
Yeah.
Oh, Star Knight also has a universal translator. Okay. And she will switch to German though, and is just like, listen, idiot. And I only say that because I know you're much smarter than I am. Don't kill yourself for these people.
Trust me, I'm about to kill one of them. Actually, I'm not. I saved his ass, but...
Don't tell your crazy wizard sister that you're gonna kill me. She'll do it for you.
Well, I just said I saved his ass, so it's fine. My sister's not crazy, also. Fuck you!
Also, you're unconscious and they're speaking in German, so you don't understand them.
I could choke his ass up if I could. I woke him up and then she started yelling at me, if I wasn't mistaken.
Yeah. All right. You don't need me.
I mean, like, I do, but that's completely unrelated to what's happening right now, and I'll call you for that one.
Okay. Don't call me for at least another 4 hours.
Okay.
Because, like, it's late.
Uh-huh. Mom's gonna kill you, by the way.
Mom's not going to kill me.
Mom knows now.
I'm sure I have you to thank for that. She's still not going to kill me.
Okay, never mind. Just tell me later.
Yeah. And she will.
Hey, if you wouldn't mind, either one of you two, would you mind helping this guy? Seems like he's stable, but not much I can do to help him.
Juliana will walk over and put a hand on him, and her hand will glow.
She's
Thanks.
better at that than I am. Just switching back to English with the I mean, she's the one who made this gesturing to the wand. Well, no, technically Mom made this one, but you could make it.
I could, and so could you.
Well, I mean, yeah, but like...
You just needed... It doesn't matter. We're not going to talk about this right now. All right. Yeah, go do your superhero thing, and you, German again, be careful.
You know I won't be.
I do. And then unless anyone stops her, she will walk back over to the car and
I will look over when she says that and say, "Trust me, I have this conversation with my boyfriend all the time. I know where you're coming from."
Oh, this has been a conversation since I was like 5.
then she'll just kind of step back into the mirror of the car.
I think my sister has seen more of my internal organs than anyone ever should.
Okay, so
This is a
the
very
Sentinels
popular
will take off.
Bye.
Juliana will leave again. Portal, you could follow, but not like you have a reason to.
No. Well, I might trace her portal and see where she lives.
Do not track my sister.
Said I could. I didn't say I would. And I didn't even say it out loud.
That's also true.
No, I'm just making sure our motorcycle guy's okay, and then
Motorcycle guy is fine. He
Yeah.
might have had some
He's not.
broken
He has so many years of therapy now.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a lot of therapy.
motorcycle guy is fine.
He had his leg broken, got healed, got attacked again, passed out.
is his motorcycle still in operable shape? I can't remember if the motorcycle.
No. It's so dead.
It was still operable, although it was damaged. After it got hit by the force burst, it is no longer operable.
Okay.
I hope all these people have insurance. Looking at every single car up there got smashed.
Does this count as an act of God? Like
Not every single car up there, just the.
just a select few.
I mean,
30 feet of inertia.
well, the ones within 30 feet of inertia, the 2 box trucks.
Well, you got to remember the golem ran over a whole row.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Gentle guy. He went between.
No, he wouldn't have.
You just see the golem tiptoeing over top of all the
No,
cars.
he would not have. The golem is concerned about life. He is not concerned about property.
He monster trucked those things.
Yeah. All right. So, you guys still have a plot-induced coma of Ethan, who physically is fine. But like I said, I do think your magic would wake him.
Shake, 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 shake.
Yeah, I figured he was awake at this point.
Shake, 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 shake. Good. Just
Did
because
we
she's
win?
waking him doesn't mean she's pleased. Again.
I'm going to move us off the map and back over to the landing page because I don't think we need the map anymore.
Yeah, my computer stops lagging this much.
Yeah. I think you guys probably have some conversations to have before I do anything else plot related to you.
Yeah, give me just a minute to move all of our faces around.
If Ethan is awake, then Keone will just like embrace him and just like make out with him.
Oh, okay. I will wait to
Oh,
start.
by the way,
Yeah,
Jimmy?
no.
Yeah?
Dramatic pause.
that's your sister's familiar.
Fuck you.
Huh?
But fuck you.
It's Electric.
Yeah,
I
I
was
know
gonna
that
say it
level
looks like
dragon.
it's a King James Spaniel mixed with a.
Yeah, I know that luck dragon. We
It's
talked.
Saltor.
His name's Oscar.
Oscar, the luck dragon.
The crouch.
It's USP. Every familiar is a grouch.
Oscar's very pleasant.
First secret Bella will teach y'all. She's like, yeah, no, actually, everyone's familiar is kind of a dick.
Should we head back to the tower?
Just give them a minute.
Yeah,
Speak
Keone's
of-
made
We've got to
all
wait
of
for the police to pick up this guy.
Yeah, Keone's making all of you guys very uncomfortable.
Speaking of dickish familiars, Derhas will appear next to you.
Hi.
Hi, what happened?
I'm getting asked that a lot.
Well, yeah, I got knocked out. What happened?
I passed out.
Okay, look, I know we're speaking in English and it's not your first language, but you are not actually answering my question, even though you're pretending to.
Now you know how it feels. But no, to answer, it was pushed myself too hard trying to keep people alive.
Okay. Can't yell at you too much for that, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna remind you that like what happens to you happens to me. So please be more careful.
Yeah, I'm trying.
He will then kick you with his little bunny legs.
Ow! Let me kick hard.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, it was totally worth it.
Shut up.
And then he will hop up onto your shoulder.
You two done?
If I don't stop, she can't yell at me.
Jeez,
Keone
Keone, you
kind of-
act like you've never seen him pull an Ethan before. We
Yeah,
gave it a
Keone-
name for a reason.
That's
Yeah, but y'all don't know what I know. So Keone will just kind of look up, just sobbing uncontrollably, and be like, "When did that thing show up?"
thing.
The flame bird?
As far as I know, it's been with with her the whole time. You summoned it, right? Before we ever met you.
The what? Darhas?
What?
The thing. I presumed you were talking about the rabbit.
No,
She
the
knows the rabbit.
Firebird.
Oh, that makes more sense.
Oh, you mean I say because he's purposely being
Oh, that
obtuse.
makes more sense.
Looks around, make sure there's nobody around. Has motorcycle guy left?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean Reyna, who wasn't trying to hurt him in any way, shape, or form?
That's not Reyna anymore.
Sure looked like it and sounded like it to me.
Hey, not for nothing, gang, but we're kind of outside here, and we're dropping a whole lot of names.
I mean, Bella would know the Firebird and the stories.
The avatar, her being the avatar doesn't necessarily mean she isn't herself. That's never a guarantee. In fact, I think it's probably not the case.
She was trying to stop her brother alongside us. She just, well,
She needs more
I don't think she's
control
got a
over her
full grasp
powers.
of her powers yet.
Yeah, I could tell.
She was here when we got here, but I don't know how long she's had her power. She sent me a message this afternoon saying she needed to tell me something. And-
When we got here.
Yeah, when everybody else got here. There was kind of a lot that happened when you were taken. And I was a dick, and I'm sorry for that. Bella.
I'm gonna try and subtly get Ethan's attention, just kind of like, and when I look like I got it, I'm gonna pull out my hands and put them behind my back, and look at him.
And he looked at
Look
me.
at him. Look at the box. Look at him.
He looked
Look
at
at the
you.
box.
He looked at me.
Waiting for him to get the hint.
Oh. And I'll sort of reach around and look, see if I find my box.
Well, when he raises his hands around, the box falls like gently
Poor old behind him.
into his hand.
I
I will put that in my pocket and look at the scrap metal on the ground around me.
look. Call me crazy. And you all are good fighters. But if you don't all get better, not all, but a lot of us, even probably me, but I need to do it better, I guess, because I'm, about to pass out every time I've been doing this. We can't let people keep getting hurt. Throwing a car at someone, yes, effective, is dangerous because when you miss, we had suddenly everyone we couldn't see down below at risk. While jumping into action is great, if there's a fire with someone still trapped inside, the fire's still gonna keep burning even if we take out the supervillain. I know, I just got here. But doesn't that make it worse than if I'm the one pointing this out?
Well, to be fair, I knew you could handle the fire. I'm kind of a one-trick pony.
That trick is sword.
My one trick is sword.
Sword. But I think a fair point. Like, we don't know each other that well. This has been a hell of a month. And
Like a week.
A week.
that hasn't
Maybe
sunk
maybe
into
2
him
days.
yet.
Oh, that's Bella's response. Just a week.
No, I got back to Earth like a month ago.
A week.
No,
Ah, shit.
yeah.
He just sits on the ground. Yeah. He's pretty much been nonstop. So it's starting to get to him.
This week has been a hell of a month, says Lunchcore.
Yeah.
Fair. Look, I get it.
But you have a good point. If we're gonna keep doing this, we need to get better at it together.
Well, we got training rooms in the tower for that exact thing, right? We made it through today, and well, we saved lives here, so I'm still happy to count this as mostly a win. But
we'll
yeah,
give it a B plus.
That's a passing grade. I'll take it.
But...
But I do seriously think we should get going because I feel like we're having a whole lot of personal conversations, and
We can't leave until the prisoner is secured.
Mhm.
The cops will show up.
Yeah,
I mean-
but it takes time to get.
Yeah.
But once they got cuffs on him, we can go.
I'm still not used to this waiting around for the cops thing.
It's important to do when the bad guy has superpowers.
Can't we get some of those cuffs?
Oh, I'm sure Professor
I mean-
Cephalbot has some around somewhere.
I could, but I don't have the character points to spend on them.
What?
You know, character points. The things that make us powerful? Never mind. Don't worry about it. All right. We want to head back to the tower now?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Camel
And
the helmet as soon as he gets through the portal.
the kitchen is more or less our kind of group space, so that's where I go to.
Oh, I mean, she still has shit there to pick up.
What?
She still has stuff to pick up in the kitchen. A lot of her.
Actually, when you guys get back, Roberta is in the kitchen with a little mop attachment, mopping up all of the melted ice and snow, and also
Aw.
scrubbing out the circle that was drawn on the ground. And
Thank you, Roberta.
Cam's
We really
gonna
appreciate you.
pick up another cookie. You know, Keone, this armor's not going to fit me soon.
You may be a one-trick pony, but I am also a one-trick pony. That one trick is baking. But Keone, as much as she is feeling lighthearted, she will literally leave everybody in the kitchen and immediately walk to the danger room. Because she didn't get to punch out her feelings. So now she needs to punch out her feelings.
That's fair. I'm sorry for at the start of that fight, like yelling at you two what to do, pointing to Spider Queen and Starnik.
No, that's good. We got to figure out plan of action. We can't just fly in there and not know what we're doing.
Yeah, until we're all better coordinated, I think yelling works.
I'm really glad Keone can't hear you guys because, you know, that feels very targeted. Who just flew in and started punching things.
I mean,
Ethan's in his warehouse muttering like, every other fight we've been in, I get all the civilians first and put them in a cargo truck and send them all away. And the one time I throw a punch first.
no, she never forgave you. These feelings are
Also-
gonna linger.
I'm also in my workshop and my powers are not working.
That's fair.
And I'm looking at the little felt box, seeing how damaged it is since it was made partially with snowflakes.
So so you're going to your work.
I was planning on following Ethan unless he somehow indicates he doesn't want me to.
Ethan's not Ethan right now.
All the more reason that I'm following him.
Ethan's not here, man.
So all the noobs are in the kitchen
Literally.
by themselves, which is fine because,
Yeah.
like, look, I came here because Mentor had a mission for me, and I really thought I was gonna, for lack of a better term, kind of talk to the professor since that's the brains of the operation, and
I had heard that he'd be here since apparently there is no other brains in this operation. I mean, there is, but not in the.
I
No
know
brain, only brawn.
Yeah, I pick it up as you're putting down.
Sorry.
But I mean, we seem to have kind of caught these people in the middle of some sort of change or something. Obviously, half their team is gone, and the ones that are left behind, they're still figuring things out. And I mean, so are we. But you know, I think we got to do what we can for them, and if we do that, it's gonna work out for us too.
Yeah. I feel like
yeah, I mean,
Man,
really,
I'll tell you, Ethan, these noobs just don't know how to work as a team.
I guess I've never really done this with other people. I was pretty much always just studying by myself. So I don't want to be bossy or anything, but that's, I see the situation. I think of the best course of action of the pieces I have in play. It's like chess almost.
well, I thought I had a month of experience, but I only got a week of experience, so.
Yeah, we fit a lot of training into that week, I guess, but not enough yet. But I mean, hey, that's the point. We start working things out with them. We'll figure out the kinks in this new machine, and soon it'll be running smooth.
Mhm.
That's the thing that we can do here,
Agree.
right?
Yeah.
And then she'll put her hand out in between the two of them and just say, "New breakers on 3."
Oh
Hey.
my god.
New breakers on 3.
All right.
1, 2, 3. New
New
breakers.
breakers.
All right.
Oh my god, dorks.
Everybody's fired.
Can we send him back?
Oh,
And then
Well,
Spider
it's-
Queen's just gonna follow up with, so you should probably get some rest. And I think Star Knight, you might actually need to probably rest too. It's been a bit of a day. I'm gonna do some lab stuff, but tomorrow we'll start doing that training thing. We'll start figuring stuff out.
Yeah. Sorry. One last stupid question.
What's up?
I know you in the moment were reassuring, but what Ethan said wasn't true, right? I don't know. I didn't believe it, but saying I'm not. Whatever.
Bella, Ethan was pretty emotional at the moment, but
Yeah.
what's a true fact is that there are people who today are alive because you were there to save them.
Yeah.
Sorry, thanks. Yeah, I'll go sleep.
I will reply to 2 texts.
20 more.
And Spider Queen is going to slip off to one of the unoccupied labs.
I was gonna say you could move your.
Yeah,
Move
no,
your
I'll take
stuff.
care of that tomorrow.
Yeah. Keone will come stomping from the danger room. We'll see Bella walking towards her room. We'll stomp up to her, just hug her really, really tightly, then turn and just walk off to her bedroom. Like she won't say anything. She'll just hug her and turn and walk off.
At least I actually try to call out with the Cindy?
Tomorrow. And she'll just walk off.
Okay. Cool.
Ethan, where you at, man?
I'm in my workshop freaking out.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking.
It's not working. It's not working.
What's not working?
Magnetism. I can't feel it. I can't see it. I can't move anything, and the thing I made is broken.
Well, hang on. Sit down. Here. Have this glass of water. Now,
Well,
start from the beginning.
I don't know what's wrong with me. I should be dead.
But we've been in that situation before, and we had someone who could help, and you're not. Remember, I got gutted like a fish a couple of years back? Sometimes this happens. You okay?
No, I was an unreasonable asshole.
Yes, you are.
But we never leave anybody behind. We don't stop looking when one of us goes missing. I would do anything for any of us.
I know. That's why we love you. Now, when did you start noticing issues with your powers?
When I woke up flambéed,
Okay. Well, we've got a couple of people who are somewhat tech-oriented. We have the most sophisticated medical devices on this continent, at least. We've got Max. We can reach out to Professor C. We can start trying to find out what's going on.
What if I shouldn't?
What do you mean?
Maybe this was a sign.
A sign of what?
That I shouldn't be this anymore. That
You are the worthiest motherfucker I have ever known. You will put literally your worst enemy ahead of yourself. What are you even talking about?
it got personal and I lost my head. And that's unacceptable.
You made a mistake. You want to talk about getting personal and getting hot-headed? I'm sure Tommy has railed about me to you on more than one occasion. Things get tricky when our loved ones get involved. That doesn't mean you're not worthy. It just means you're human. You were rude to some people. You still laid down your life to save an innocent person you did not know. Without hesitation.
I don't know. I think I just need some time. I need to see if I can fix this.
Just keep in mind everything can be mended, not everything can be fixed. And just because it can't be fixed doesn't mean it's broken. I walk up and give him a hug. And I'm going to walk out.
And it is 10:30, so that
Can I
feels like
squeeze in one quick thing? I know it's super late, but
yeah, go ahead. It's not super
Okay.
late. We're supposed to go to 10:30, but
okay. Just after, everyone has gone off to do their own thing, Spider Queen has found herself in one of the labs. She is fatigued from the fight, but she is quickly going to move some tables and stuff aside, clear out a space on the ground. And having been present when Bella was explaining to Keone how the scrying spell works and how to do it, how to draw it, how to what to say to make it function, she is going to start doing the same thing in the middle of the ground in this lab. And just under her breath say, "Okay, here we go."
all right.
That was it. She will exhaust herself and power stunt to use her webs to draw the scrying circle on the ground.
All right. Bella, you're aware that someone else is doing magic in the tower.
Damn it!
Oh, literally, there's just about to go to oh, bitch.
All right. Thank you all for joining us tonight for our absolutely no drama episode. For news around our network, Freedom League Dark back tomorrow.
Freedom League Dark is back tomorrow. We're trying to
And
find a
a
way into
new-
the dungeon dimension to save everybody.
All right, and a new Titan City serials on Thursday.
Yes.
Stay plugged into all of our socials where Aunt Puppy is giving us all sorts of fun stuff to look at and read and think about and all that.
It will be better now that I am better. So
And of course, we will be back next week at our regular time. We had originally set up so that we were going to take every first Tuesday of the month off. Life has shuffled around, so instead we will be taking every last Tuesday of the month off. So we were off last week, but today's the 1st, so we're here, and we'll be here until the last weekend in April. So heroes, we will pass it around so everyone can say goodnight, plug whatever you want to plug, send out any final messages, not final messages, but final messages for the evening. And we will start with Jenny.
Nothing to plug. Just remember, as always, be kind to people, especially yourself, and give everyone you love a extra hug tonight. Alex?
Well, thanks for tuning in, everybody. I do have a little bit of news for April. We are going to be on the Norse Foundry Extra Life fundraiser as one of their special streamers. Still nailing down our time slot, but it's either going to be on February 11th or February 13th. So we'll be broadcasting over on their channel to raise some money for Extra Life and to get
April.
Yes, April 11th.
Not back in time. We're not going back in time.
No, not
We are
backwards.
actually. You missed it.
Damn, I missed it too.
Come on, Alex.
But yeah, we'll do some fun stuff there. I kind of want to reach out to the Discord to see what kind of show they think would be fun to do for that. So we'll have some discussions about that coming up. And I'll also be a guest GM over on Don't Kill My Character with Kate the Great cosplays. I'll be hanging out in their version of Emerald City to run a 2-part adventure April 19th and the 26th. So tune in over there. Kate was in chat tonight, so thanks for hanging out, Kate. And Doc Void and Paradox and Warden Maximus and Jupe. And we had like 20 viewers tonight, so thank you everybody for hanging out with us. It's a ton of fun. I'll pass it over to Aunt Puppy.
I don't have anything to plug. Just remember to always play a game. And I will pass it to Calvin.
All right. Yeah, I'm not up to anything, so don't worry about it.
Well, now I'm worried about it.
Don't be suspicious.
Don't be suspicious. But I do want.
When in the history of our network has Calvin been up to something?
A non-zero amount, actually.
I'm aware. That was the point.
Calvin went in one-shot Resonant last week. That was nuts.
Yes. Yeah, Bowman got mind controlled and had to fight the team, so definitely check out how that went, because it went pretty well for me.
It went pretty well for me. Fuck everybody else, it went pretty well.
But also, please check out the Wood with Dice channel on YouTube, where we have streams and tabletop RPG podcasting. There is a fun episode coming out tomorrow, so hopefully get the edit done in time. But we're talking about a new game tomorrow, and I'm really excited about it. And with that, I'll pass it over to Gary.
Nothing to plug. That was not the ending I was expecting. So nice little shady ending there.
What we do best.
Jemmy.
You know, for what it's worth, Gary, I'm the GM, and it wasn't the ending I was expecting. So.
That makes it even better.
I'm alive, so fuck y'all.
I expected that part.
Oh crap, I actually have to do my part now. I was expecting us to keep yapping for a few more seconds. Sorry. I always love being here, ton of fun. I love when we get these big roleplay moments. They're so much fun. I love it. I love it. So tune in next time. Take care of yourself. Drink water, take your meds. Try not to get pressure headaches like I've been dealing with all day because of the storms. Avoid those. And have a good one. We love you. I think that's it.
Okay. Well, then that is it for those of us here at the Untold Stories Project. Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. And I yield for questions, but I do while retaining the floor. Night, everybody.